25 psychology facts about human behavior.
How much do our minds wander? How many friends can we actually cope with? And how did insects help us genetically? There's so
Yo, did
much
you just
left.
say insects?
Get your brain around some fascinating facts from deep inside your noggin. 25. Habit forming. We humans love forming habits. You could say we've developed a habit for forming habits, but how long does it take for a habit to actually form? Back in 2009, a study at University College...
I'm not gonna lie, if I learn something one day, I'm like a little shortcut. For me personally, if I try something that works a little better, I'm always gonna be taking that new route and I'm gonna form a habit, if that's what we're talking about.
London explored how habits happen. Using things like food and exercise as examples, experts concluded that a habit can form in approximately 66 days on average. It can take as long as 254 or form in just 18. 24. 30%.
That's it? That's all he's gonna say? 66 days? Like, I mean, I bite my nails, and it's a very bad habit, but like, I don't remember the time that I wasn't doing that. Maybe it took me 66 days since birth to do that. Who knows?
Wander. Hey. Your mind can easily wander. And it can wander in the most inappropriate situations, like when someone is explaining something really important. Oh, sorry. Just had to cough there. What a coincidence. In 2014, it was revealed by an academic study that the mind wanders 30% of the time during the day. You may be surprised, or not.
My mind wanders probably more than that, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I just be looking at the screen and my brain is in a completely different space.
To learn that that percentage can go much higher. When driving on a quiet road, you're potentially wandering mentally at a rate of 70%. 23. Don't think so much. It's depressing. Thinking is good, but not always. According to psychologists, you can get caught in a trap worrying over this and that. Obsessing over your problems turns into a train of misery that won't stop, and has even been described as destructive. Anyone who's had a sleepless night thinking about stressful stuff knows exactly what I'm talking about. Try not to work your brain overtime, and read up on some coping strategies. 22. Food is better when someone else makes it.
Facts! Food does taste better when someone else makes it, but when you make it, you are gonna eat every single morsel of it. Maybe it's just me because I don't make a lot of stuff, but I am always gonna eat every single morsel. Dude, I used to have Hot Pockets, right? And I would hand put butter, shredded cheese and shit on there. Bro, I was making custom Hot Pockets, especially when you know all the trouble you went for to make it. And then you think when someone else made something for you, it's like they went through that same exact thing, so it's like you feel bad and you don't want to like not eat it. Stuff other people make tends for me to not want to eat it as much because when I make stuff for myself, I already know I want it, but when someone else makes something, it's kind of hit or miss. I'm pretty picky.
And the explanation behind it's pretty surprising. You see, your expectations, taste-wise, are reportedly low because someone else made it, and you don't really know how tasty it's going to be. If you make it, you know your own skills and whether the sandwich is going to be a doozy or not. So when you eat an unknown sandwich and it's really delicious, that experience lands differently. 21. Preservatives pickle your brain. Preservatives don't just affect your body's health. In 2021, a study was released by Southampton University looking at how we eat breakfast. Specifically, how children eat breakfast between the ages of 6 and 12. Can you believe that their IQ is affected by sugary cereals?
I don't know much about preservatives, but isn't it like bad stuff in your food that makes it last longer or something? Or it keeps it looking good at least? Like how in other countries, Fruity Pebbles have like a different color. They're like a little duller because they don't have as much, I don't know.
Such when you're young. If you take the healthier option, you're potentially boosting children's brain power by around 14%. 20. Loneliness is dangerous. If you enjoy your own company, great. Just don't become too isolated. You might end up with psychological issues like depression. Connection with our fellow humans is an important part of the thing we call life. Sometimes we're never lonelier than when we're on social media or indeed watching a YouTube video.
Dude, I don't want to keep pausing, but like, it might just be the type of person I am. I low-key like when I'm alone more, but I'm obviously the happiest probably when I'm in group situations, but dude, I could go a long time by myself. As long as I got something to focus on, like, I don't know.
Being alone can take its toll on our brains, and the consequences can be serious. 19. Authority is traumatic. Being rich and powerful isn't all it's cracked up to be. And that's not me talking, it's science. Professor Dr. Keltner of UC Berkeley concluded in 2017 that holding a powerful position can actually damage your brain's ability to operate effectively. You may develop a lack of empathy, which theoretically allows bad behavior in companies to go unnoticed. So be warned. Get rich and suffer mental trauma. 18. Longer lines.
That might not be
reading.
true. I feel like there's a lot of CEOs on this earth that are really down to earth, but that's only the ones you see about on social media. Because they all started out like normal people like us. Sure, people do like cutthroat business and stuff. They know this shit inside out. They've been through like so much life experience. If it looks too good, never take it. But like, it's also hard putting other people's perspective into yours when you're at the top.
Here's a weird as heck fact. People read longer lines quicker than they do short ones. This research comes from NC Dyson in 2004 and has been applied to text on screen. While it makes sense that readers want shorter lines, supposedly to digest information faster, the longer lines of 100 characters are going to be digested more rapidly. It feels wrong, but it's right. 17. Maximum friend capacity. How many friends can you handle? The maximum is reportedly 150,
I have 20.
according to Robin Dunbar.
20
This
close.
anthropologist came up with the idea of Dunbar's number in the late 20th century. How did he work it out? Well, it's all to do with your neocortex, layers inside your brain that perform higher functions. The average
Wait,
size
I
human-
learned this from Dr. Stone, the anime Dr. Stone, bro. They were recruiting so much people in their group, and the main character was like, yo, the maximum we could reach is like about 150, or else people will start to not know each other.
brain is capable of juggling up to 150 friends. Does anyone else think that number is surprisingly high? 16.
Yeah.
Emotional pain memory. Think emotional pain isn't as damaging as physical? Think again. The two areas are pretty closely linked. Emotional pain can, in fact, trigger physical pain, such as headaches or even discomfort in your joints. When your brain is in trouble, your body listens. All this can only be bad news for your psychological state, resulting in unhealthy behaviors. 15. The mysterious middle. Remember the last great movie you saw? I mean, you probably recall how it started and how it ended, but what about the stuff that happened in the middle? We reportedly find beginnings and endings easier to process when thinking about a sequence. Referred to in psychology as the serial position effect, it applies to things like remembering shopping lists and writing study notes during a lecture. 14. Your mind and
Last movie I saw in the theaters was probably the Demon Slayer movie, and I might have fallen asleep for like a little bit of it.
cells work together. Did you know that the cells in your body change when you feel an emotion? In other words, when you experience, say, anger, then your brain will reprogram your cells. This is due to the receptors on the cells being hit with neuropeptides. The simple definition of these is chemical messengers. So angry emotions lead to angry peptides, which makes contact with your cell receptors. As you probably know, cells divide, and they may be spreading that anger all across your insides like spores from a dandelion. A very angry dandelion. 13. You can convince yourself you committed a crime. Worryingly, you can be manipulated into believing you're responsible for something heinous. This is done in situations such as police interview rooms where wrongful convictions theoretically happen because suspects are overwhelmed by what's going on. A study was released addressing this frightening situation in 2015. False memories are created, and before you know it, you're behind
Bro,
bars.
what? What does he mean false memories are created? You have killed your best friend. You have to admit to it in front of the entire jury or some shit like that. Like, what are you talking about? I feel like that wouldn't work unless someone's so insane. There's no way someone's convinced that they did something that they didn't. Like, what? You sit them in front of the screen, you lock them to the chair, like watching the screen. It's like flashing lights and shit.
12. 95%. That's the percentage of our decisions that are made subconsciously. Yes, we're kind of asleep at the wheel when all manner of choices are being made. True, many of these are routine things we can handle this way with no problems. Yet it shows how we're technically sleepwalking through life. That explains why I went online to buy a pair of shoes.
Why'd I yawn?
Some combat pants and a subscription to a car magazine. 11. Blue and productivity. Busy schedule? Have you thought about painting your office blue? This is psychologically the best color to focus you, according to a University of Lund study from 2006. Blue has an association with relaxation and even serenity. And here I thought it was just a miserable color because of the blues and such. 10. Fruity chromosomes. You've probably heard the word chromosome before, but didn't have a clue what it meant. Basically, a chromosome is a thread inside your cells that holds your genes. Genes carry vital information that's passed down the hereditary line. So your mom and dad pass genetic info on to you pass it on to your kids, and so on and so forth, affecting your behavior. The chromosome theory of inheritance addressing these issues was first mentioned in the early 20th century. It wasn't proved until a few years later when Thomas Hunt Morgan studied mutations in the eyes of fruit flies. Yes, flies. Decades earlier, people were doing genetic studies with peas also, so it really isn't that weird. 9. The crazy truth about dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical associated with pleasure, released when we do something enjoyable. Or is it? Could dopamine actually be a booster for the brain? It might lead to us becoming more curious and able to tackle crazy new ideas thanks to a dopamine hit. Just because the name sounds dopey doesn't mean you become dopey as a result. 8. Angry owners like angry dogs. Dogs are often like their owners. Is it the case that dogs react to their home environment and that's the reason an angry person has an angry pet? Oh, the picture isn't clear.
Dude, we don't deserve dogs for real. They're like the kind, they are the most genuine souls on earth. I don't care.
For example, in 2012, a study from the University of Leicester revealed that young people might openly choose an aggressive dog to match their own aggressive personality. So, this anger is baked in right from the get-go. 7. Itchy and scratchy. If you've been in a long-term relationship, you might feel yourself getting restless after 7 years. Don't worry, it is perfectly normal. This is an actual thing, which gets its name from a classic movie called The 7-Year Itch. The idea isn't 100% scientific, but relationships do tend to struggle at approximately 7 years. Weirdly, experts haven't managed to work out why this happens. 6. Internet addiction. Sure, the internet is addictive. However, does being online all the time lead to psychiatric issues? The jury's out on an official diagnosis, yet excessive internet use has been linked to depression and obsessive-compulsive behaviors. Research is ongoing, but it's fair to say that the likes of social media can have a significant impact on someone's psychology.
Using psychology, that's how a lot of content creators retain their audience throughout the entire video. Like, the viewer retention... Is someone calling me? Oh. Hello?
Hi, you can get some bags for me? No?
Nah.
I mean, nah.
I think we're gonna take a trip downstairs. Okay guys, we're on the bag segment. Chat, how many bags can I pick up? Alright, here's the thing. So I kind of forgot to hit record when I came back to stream, so enjoy the bag segment, I guess. If you want to watch the last like minute or two of the OG video, then it'll be in the description, but